Meet Lisa Roberts. She's a sought-after tastemaker who calls trend-setting designers her friends. She started her career as an architect, then became a product designer. You can find her designs in all the top department stores. Her first book, Antiques of the Future, was a huge success. Now she's working on her second book, Design Pop. Lisa's constantly on the lookout for the coolest and best in product design. For Lisa, it's fun, it's exciting, it's life.
This is my design life. So the next chapter we're working on is process and materials. So I thought we could look through the gallery, see what I already have here, and see what might fit.
So what exactly are we looking for?
Well, you know, everything has a process in the way it's made,
right,
and everything is made out of a material. There are some new processes that allow designers to do things they couldn't do before, and there are new materials that have different propriety. There's the Zeppelin light. Now this is amazing. Yeah. Originally, there was a designer, Achille Castiglione, who had invented this, and Marcel Wanders recreated that process, but updated it. The Zeppelin light begins as a metal chandelier frame, which spins very rapidly, while a resin fiber, which kind of looks like a cobweb, is applied with a spray gun. Once the frame is wrapped in its cocoon, they pull the fibers taut by hand, and then coat it with a clear protective finish. You know, I love this piece. And you look at it and you say, you know, how did he make it? What is that material?
What is it? Right.
When you ask those questions, that's the perfect type of product to put in this chapter. Oh, here's the knotted chair. This might be terrific.
Okay. Must be lightweight.
It is lightweight. All of these little pieces of rope have actually a carbon center. All right, well, let's see. We've got a lot of choices here, but you know, I think Frank Gehry's wiggle chair might be a great one. Frank Gehry is a world-renowned architect who's also designed some great furniture. His wiggle chair is made out of a material that makes it perfect for this chapter. It's made out of corrugated cardboard. If you think about this cardboard box, the top and bottom, where the corrugations are horizontal, is not very strong. But if you look at the sides where the corrugations are vertical, that's where it can be weight-bearing. This is what makes the wiggle chair a smart design. That wiggly S-curve is cut out of a flat sheet and then dozens of them are glued together. And suddenly you have a functional design. We've already decided to add 3 products to the book: the Zeppelin light, the knotted chair, and the wiggle chair. But there's a whole world out there of new process and material. So Lisa B. and I are headed to New York to do some research. Our first stop is Cappellini's strikingly red showroom. Lisa B. and I are going to check out some designs by Dror Benchetrit. Dror is an Israeli designer working out of New York City. Many of his products make use of interesting materials and processes, most notably his vase of phases. It begins with a traditionally shaped vase, and they coat the inside with silicone. The vase is then cracked, and the pieces stay in place because they adhere to that silicone. This fractured vase then becomes the mold for the final porcelain vase. How cool is that? And he just designed 2 chairs that I can't wait to see. But as usual, Lisa B. is late.
I know I'm late, I know I'm late.
You are always late.
I'm not always late.
Yeah, you are always
not
late.
always late.
Oh my God, there's the chair. That's what I wanted to see. Frederick, there you are. Hi. Good to see you again.
Well, this is called the Tron chair. It's designed by Dror Benchetrit. I mean, could you imagine trying to make this an upholstered chair?
So this isn't injected molded?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
It's a roto-molded plastic. It's basically a hollow form.
With roto molding, a form is loaded with plastic and heated up. The mold then begins to rotate, and the melted plastic spreads out in an even layer, creating a perfectly formed, hollow product. Ooh, I see something exciting. Look, here's the peacock chair.
This is also by Dror Benchetrit.
Well, it's so different.
If you think about the idea of a peacock itself as an animal, it displays its feathers for show, but also as a defense mechanism. So you have this interesting juxtaposition of making the materials rigid where otherwise they would be quite flaccid.
And this is made out of felt?
This is a felt.
This chair starts with 3 pieces of heavy-duty felt and a metal frame. The felt is folded over 50 times for support, and then pins are used to hold the folds together.
There's, no traditional upholstery, there's no sewing. It's basically just the tension and the pressure on these folds is really what gives it the structure.
It almost looks alive, like if you sat in it, it might like
a Venus flytrap.
Yes!
Venus person trap.
The peacock chair reminds me of Frank Gehry's wiggle chair because neither of them actively support their materials. Instead, they orient the materials in a way to make them strong, either by standing cardboard on end or by gathering felt to make it rigid. Well, Frederick, thank you so much for these incredible explanations.
A pleasure as always.
All right, well, listen, I have some designers I need to meet right now, so why don't you, we're in Soho, why don't you stay here and
do some more scouting?
All right. Now you push that, Jeez.
Did it say push? I'm going this way.
Coming up.
Better with disco music too, when you've got some music going and you can really.
And later. Uh-oh, it's slipping out of the way. Whoa. This week, we're delving into process and material. While Lisa B. hunts for products, I'm meeting with one of my favorite designers to learn about his work. Harry Allen has designed everything from furniture to lighting to makeup packaging. He even updated the first aid kit for Johnson & Johnson. When I think of Harry Allen, I think of his reality series. No, not a TV show. It's his super realistic product design. He uses a casting technique to replicate everyday objects with perfect detail, and then reimagines them as functional products, like hands used as coat hooks, books as a bookshelf, or fruit and peanuts as bowls. And since he's an avid skater,
It's better with disco music too, when you've got some music going.
when he wanted to make a doorstop, a roller skate seemed like the perfect object to use. Harry thought it would be funny to use an object that is normally in motion.
I have a long-standing love of roller skating, and I thought, well, let's try a skate. If you were a skater, all of these things on your skates is called love. It's all the damage and the history that you can see on the skates.
I'm working on my next book. One of the chapters deals with new materials and processes, and I know you specialize in that.
You got a lot of things for you to look at.
This I recognize as part of your reality series.
This is part of reality, yes.
But what I want to know is, how do they make that?
The beginning of that is less of a design project than it is a hunting and gathering project for me. I had to find a complete rack of bananas cast. When they import bananas into the United States, they cut them up. So you either have to find someone who's growing bananas here or go somewhere else. What I ended up doing was finding a banana plantation in China. These grow like this, one on top of the other in a long cone. They gave me a machete and they said, here, do whatever you want with it. And so I cut off this unevenly, but then I kept all of that information in here. So my story of the whole banana plantation is actually contained in this product.
So then you had this perfect set of bananas. Then what did you do with it?
You make a big bucket of silicone and you just put the bananas in there, and then the silicone will set up.
Right.
And then the material that they pour into the silicone mold is resin, and it has a content of marble dust. That's what gives it the white color.
And then you coat it afterwards.
Yeah, this has just a chrome finish.
While Lisa's hobnobbing with Harry Allen, she sent me over to Moy, the Dutch furniture manufacturer, to check out the smoke chair.
These are actually burn chairs.
How do they do that?
Wood of these chairs is actually really torched with a blowtorch.
Really? In addition to the smoke chair is the smoke armchair, dining chair, and the really cool smoke chandelier. So how do they keep it from You know, it's crispy.
What they do is they finish it off with an epoxy, resin epoxy, to make sure that nothing comes off. And of course also they upholster it in a beautiful, luxurious leather.
I love how Harry Allen's products contain his life story. He even gave me a sneak peek of an unreleased prototype that was inspired by an old hobby of his. Oh my God, what is this?
That is my firefly lamp. It's based on the information from a real firefly. I was looking to do a lamp in the reality line, so I was looking at things that naturally light up. I was in my backyard and there were hundreds of fireflies, and I thought, oh, that might make a nice product. So I caught a firefly, I pinned and dried it.
Are you a bug collector?
I have collected a few bugs. We were able to blow it up and make it the size we needed because we wanted to fit some little LED lights in it.
Oh, that's a great idea. Well, Harry, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Before we end, I want to tweet about you. I'm going to get my phone, you get your phone, and we'll take pictures.
Okay, I'm
Maybe
actually
you guys will
surely
take
take
pictures.
one of all of us.
To check out these pictures, go to My Design Life on Facebook.
Moy has a bunch of cool stuff, so while I'm here, I'm going to check out to see if they have any other cool things that have to do with process or material.
But let's look at the carbon chair.
Okay.
From another young Dutch designer, Bert-Jan Pot. And for this chair, he worked together with Marcel Wanders. You should actually try to lift it with your pinky. Just use your pinky.
She is so strong! This thing is so light.
Isn't that a light piece?
It's unbelievable.
It's made with carbon fiber. And the way that they make it is actually by making a frame and then going over it with this carbon fiber string.
Wow. Lisa's gonna love the carbon chair. The carbon fiber string is a cool, futuristic material, and the fact that it's handmade also works well for process. Hopefully, this will make up for me being late to Capellini.
Next, I'm going to visit Tony Werman. Tony is a classically trained industrial designer who left the medical imaging field to start Wonderworks Design Studio, which sells decorative objects that brings the colorful aesthetics of blown glass to an unlikely material. So thank you for letting me come by with my
Glad to have you.
TV crew here. And I've been a fan of your work for so long.
Great.
And I've always been mystified with how you make it.
I can sum it up very quickly for you. In this 1,500 square foot studio, we produce products ranging from lighting to vases to jewelry pieces. You can have this one right here.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. All the products are made out of a single source material. It's very similar to all the hot glue that you would see in the craft community. So we use a sort of a cousin of that material.
So how did you come into this material to begin with?
Well, I used to be a glass blower, and I just had a sort of an epiphany moment, and I thought, well, this, you know, your everyday glue stick has a lot of qualities that I'm looking for. Basically, this material right here.
I know these well.
Everybody does, right?
Yeah. You usually use glue to hold something together, but Tony uses it as the main ingredient of his designs.
These are nebula bowls, very easy to make. In fact, we can make one right here if you want, right now.
Oh, I'd love to. Some of Tony's work is incredibly complex, so I'm glad he's showing me something simple like the nebula bowl.
You can choose from all of these colors up here.
This one, that one, this one?
All right, so when you're ready, you're gonna select the size bowl, and in this case, you're making a small bowl. So hit the black button, and we will begin.
All right. So before I attempt to make my own bowl, Tony's going to show me how it's done. Since the glue sticks have to be totally melted, Tony uses a heat gun to speed the process up. Then he picks the bowl up and makes a long, slow, swirling motion to coat the inside of the form with the colored glue. He's obviously had a lot of practice. Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
We'll drop it in this water tank. It'll cool off in about a minute. We'll be able to pop it out.
Coming up on My Design Life, it's my turn to make a nebula bowl. Don't try this at home.
Not without gloves.
We're diving deep into the world of innovative process and materials. I'm in New York where Tony Werman showed me how to make decorative bowls from hot glue. Now, it's my turn to try. Uh-oh, I touched the glue.
It's okay. How do you feel?
Sticky.
Yeah. So you touched it just a little bit. Thank you. Turn that off. Good. We'll put this apron on you.
Okay.
It's not a brand new apron. I hope you don't mind.
Now, let me take...
So now you can put your gloves on.
Okay.
Safety first.
All right, I'll go with that. Don't try this at home.
Not without gloves. Now, remember your first tilt, which is the downward tilt, is the beginning and the most important part. Good. Pro. She did better than me, actually.
Uh-oh, it's slipping out of the way. Whoa!
It's sort of zen-like, yeah?
It is.
It's very relaxing. Unless you have to make 100 of them. We'll call that the Lisa. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick it up. You're gonna go over to the tank. You admiring your work? But make sure you keep it level. Make sure you keep it level.
Okay.
Okay?
Do I put the gloves in the water?
Yeah, you can get the gloves wet. So you kind of push on the edges.
Right.
You know, you see how I'm just pushing on that edge?
Yep.
And just kind of scoop.
Okay.
Scoop it up with water, real quick. Very good. Now leave it in there. Leave it in there. You could just drop it in the tank. Drop it in the tank. And we'll grab this other one to see how the first one came out. Oh. So that's the purple version.
Okay. Just stick my hand in here?
Just stick your hand in there. It's just water.
Well,
You got two there.
okay.
Okay. Patience.
Probably
There you
great
go.
shape. Wow.
Voila.
Wow.
Try that.
Thanks for my bowls.
You're welcome. Use them well. You're welcome anytime. Like we can use the labor.
Okay. All right. With 2 Nebula bowls in hand, I'm headed back to Philadelphia to put the finishing touches on this chapter. While I was at Tony Werman's, I sent Lisa B out shopping. I sent Lisa B to check out Martin Bass's Smoke series. They're definitely going in the book. But Lisa said she also had a little surprise for me. Did she send anything to you?
Yeah, she sent me this photo of a chair that she found at the Mooey showroom. It's the carbon chair by Birch and Pot and Marcel Wonders.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because it looks a lot like that.
The random light.
Yeah.
And this is by Birch and Pot.
Yep.
The random light is made with a fiberglass thread, which is randomly wrapped around a beach ball and then dried. The beach ball is deflated, and the result is a perfectly spherical woven light fixture. The random light's resemblance to the carbon chair is pretty striking. The result is a product that absolutely must be in the book. Let's set up a photo shoot with Kelly.
Okay.
I would like her to bring out how lightweight it is.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I got a phone call from Maria saying that Lisa wanted to do a photo shoot of the carbon chair and she wants to show how lightweight it is. And I have the perfect concept and the perfect model.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm not really getting how a child sitting in the chair is supposed to show how lightweight it is.
1, 2, 3. Yeah! Look at that!
Now I get it.
Oh, one way!
Maria, go help her.
Lisa's really nervous watching a 5-year-old wave her new chair around in the air. Don't worry, Lisa. It's carbon fiber. They make race cars out of that stuff.
Kelly's photo of the carbon chair is fun, thoughtfully conceived, and really brings out how light the chair is. With that shoot done, the last thing I have to do is meet with my executive producer, Nancy, so that she can make sure that the TV show is in line with the book.
How's the book coming?
Well, you know, it's moving. It's absolutely moving along.
Can I tell you how crazy I am about those bowls? When I walked in and I saw that, I thought it was a glass bowl. I really did.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you what I've decided that I'm going to put into the book.
Yeah, that's what I need to see.
The first one is the Wiggle Chair by Frank Gehry. So that's going in.
Fantastic.
And then the Zeppelin Light by
Beautiful.
Marcel Wonders, the Smoke Chair. This is by Martin Bass.
Yes, it's great.
Okay, aha! So the vase of phases.
Can I tell you what I love about this vase?
Yes.
I love to have people sit down and say to them, what did you do?
You make them think they broke it, right?
Yes.
You would do that. This is the peacock chair.
That's really cool.
This is the knotted chair, the carbon chair. And finally, to cap off the chapter of process and material, the random light. So that's what we did this week.
Love this chapter. I love the concept.
Yeah.
It's my favorite chapter of all. For more information about the products you've seen, go to mydesignlife.tv.